All right, what's up? It's Joshua Jones, fun and affordable Magic the Gathering, coming to you with limited EDH Series 1, Episode 9. Continuing our guild restricted commander deck text for you, we have the Gruul Clans Guild. As a reminder, except basic lands, all 100 cards are going to have to contain that red and green Gruul flavor. And of course, this can be avoided if the cards contain the mechanic watermark or guild name. I've chosen Borborygmos here today. It's a 4 red red, green green for 7/6. A Cyclops with trample. Borborygmos deals combat damage to a player. Reveal the top 3. Put all lands in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. You discard a land card. Boom. Borgie's getting at you for 3 damage to creature or player. Borgie's a part of the 3-hit club. 3 hits and it's bye-bye. We're getting into the ramp package here. We got Zertal Ancient and Overabundance. Basically, if a player's tapping a land for mana, boom, add 1 more mana that land can tap for. If it's Overabundance, you're dealing 1 to you. Otherwise, you're good to go. Getting into it with Signet, Impulse, Keyrune, Cluestone. Y'all know these mana rocks. They hang out with us over here in these allied colored restrictions. And then we got Zertal Druid, everybody's favorite little human druid tapper dude. Make sure you tap them on every turn, even if you're not going to use the mana, just so you can get that 1 damage in to each opponent. Then Radha, Higher to Keld, allows you to attack and get 2 red mana to your mana pool, or you could just tap them for green. I know me, I'm tapping them for green. And then with this Falconer here, cool little legendary that adds 2 colorless mana to your mana pool. Valley Maker, yeah, that's right. Tap 3 damage to target creature if you sack a mountain, or if you need to, you can ramp out. That's why we got him here, because you could tap and sack a forest to get 3 green mana. Here we have Wild Cantar, which is only going to be able to ramp for you once because you have to sack it to add 1 mana, and it comes with a 1/1 body for 1. So if you're going to need mana in a couple turns and you already know you're planning ahead, you play this guy the turn before you need it, and boom, there it is. The Savage Ventmaw is going to get you 6, 3 green and 3 red. That's not going to empty from the mana pool. Once it attacks, you get it, and then it's there until the end of the turn. Morsel Hoarder coming in with 2 -1/-1 counters. Boom, remove that counter. Boom, remove that counter. Add a mana and a mana. Mina Den, got extra lands in your hands. You can play an extra 1 on each of your turns. You don't got lands in your hands, but you want to hit a land drop for whatever reason. 2, bounce a land in your hand. Uh-oh, look out. This creature's got trample now. Here we go with the Tarkus command. Again, you could use one of this utility card's abilities to put an extra land into play. Firewild Border Post, that's right. It's kind of like a bounce land type of effect thingy. Or you just pay 3, comes in tapped, but hey, it's extra mana ramp. Then we got Xenaghost, got a bunch of creatures hanging out. Tick this bad boy up, add X mana equal to the amount of creatures you got. Over here, you got Tilling. Oh, troublesome land? I don't think so. That thing's destroyed, and I get a tapped land into play. Here's our removal suite. So we got Hull Breach, we got Mutation over here. Mutation, you're going to destroy an artifact, and then, oh, what was that? A 6 converted mana cost artifact. I think I'm going to get myself X 1/1 Saffronlings, where X is, boom, that 6 converted mana cost died, just destroyed. Hull Breach, destroy an artifact or destroy an enchantment. I think I'll destroy artifact in target enchantment. Here we got the Renegades. Renegades comes into play. Did I get a 3/2 body? I did. Did you say bye-bye to your artifact? You did. Domri Raid? I think I'm going to neg 2 this to fight another target creature. And then Wreak Havoc? Who cares? Guess what? You're not countering this. Destroy that land or artifact. Decimate, artifact, creature, enchantment, land. Bye-bye, you gone. Here we got Samut. 2 damage on a neg 2 situation to creature or player. Omnath, yeah. Did that elemental die? Ping you for 3. Clan Defiance, yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and determine what X is and then get rid of flyers, get rid of non-flyers, and then deal X damage to whoever that player that I want to target is. And Borborygmos Enraged over here, that's our commander. We already talked about this big, bad, beastie Cyclops dude here. We got Bloodthirst, so this is the first appearance of the Gruul mechanic. Now I'll read it once. Bloodthirst, if an opponent was dealt damage this turn, this creature ETBs with the number of 1/1 counters equal to whatever its Bloodthirst is. In the case here, we got Bloodthirst X, Bloodthirst 3, Bloodthirst 6. This is just going to, one of them has flying, one of them has protection from instants that can't be countered, and the other one has 1 second to deal damage to a target creature or player equal to its power. Continuing on, we got Gristleback, which is going to allow you to sack it to gain life equal to its power. The Rabble Rouser here, which is going to allow you to pay 1 and tap it to give attacking creatures plus X plus O until end of turn, where X is its power. The Burning Tree, which is 2 red, something can't block, or 2 green, something has to block. And then we got a nice little Phoenix over here for 3 red. You can return it if a player was dealt damage from your graveyard to your hand. And that's going to do it for the Bloodthirst. Here we have the Blood Rush mechanic. So that's the second and final mechanic for the Gruul Clans. Blood Rush is pretty nifty and is going to be one of our primary win conditions in this deck. And that's because you can pay whatever the Blood Rush cost is and then discard the card to give target attacking creature plus whatever its power is, plus whatever its toughness is, and whatever its ability is. So we see here we have 3 red, discard. That's because that's what Blood Rush is. And it gets +3/+3 and gains double strike until end of turn to a target attacking creature. That's what the creature would have had, so that's what its Blood Rush is. And then we have 5 green, discard to do +9/+9 in trample until end of turn for target attacking creature. That's what it would have been, so that's what the little combat trick is for these two. This continues on to this page. Here we have a Death Touch creature. We have just a regular old bear type of creature there. Then we have another type of just a basic vanilla type of thing. And then another vanilla type of thing here. So with these creatures, if you want to play the Viper early or the Goblin earlier, I can understand that. But in most cases, I just like these creatures more as early game chumpers or when you draw them late game combat tricks. Here we have the Shaman, the Charger, and the Rampager. So we all know what Blood Rush is doing. That's what these things are doing. And in this case, all of these are at the cost of 2 mana. So in the case of the Shaman here, whenever 1 or more creatures you control deals combat damage to a player, if it's in your graveyard, you can pay 3 to return it to your hand. The one thing I can say about these that's really kind of nifty is that they just affect target attacking creatures. So they're literally like instant speed combat tricks. So this is going to be really important to remember whenever your opponents are going to combat. And that's when you're going to want to sneak these in. Or when you're in combat and they're like, oh, I just chump like with this 1/1 on your dude because it doesn't have trample. And then, oh, boom, it has trample now and the game's over. Here we have the Shanktail, we have the Walker, we have the Swine, and we have Rebel Hulk. A lot of people might not know a few of these cards that have Blood Rush, but the one card that you're probably going to know is the Rebel Hulk. This card's played a lot, and here it is, again, making an appearance. I like to prioritize the use of your Blood Rush cards that have trample in combat situations where chumpings happen, obviously, and then in combat situations where stuff's unblocked, obviously that's when you're going to want to get in your Blood Rush cards that don't have trample. Here we have the lands, 40 in total, 16 mountains, 16 forest, then some dual lands. We're running Kessig Wolf Run in the Rage Pits because they give trample. And switching it up, now we're going to get into the utility cards, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The Fires of Yavimaya gives haste. You could also sack it for a +2/+2, and then the Terrain gives you basic land cycling for 2, or deals damage to each opponent equal to the amount of lands you control. Kind of get the themes. We're trying to use our lands to deal damage in this deck the whole time. Arlinn Kord here has some great utility, and I'm running Arlinn Kord in this deck because Arlinn does not get enough respect. Here we have the Kinra, some more trample situation, and then we have a Tarka just because it's a good value creature. It has double strike itself, and then why not? And of course, no Gruul deck would be complete without the other Borborygmos. I want to say with this Dragon Lair Spider that I think it's a load of baloney that it has reach, but it just gives you 1/1 green insects that don't have reach. I think it would have been a little bit cool if it was like 1, 2 spiders or something like that with reach, because it'd be more valuable. But I do like how the flavors, like, oh, we're in this little layer now where these spiders hang out, and yeah, this is what I'm gonna eat all the time. Here we have the final countdown of the 5 cards that basically account for half of this deck's total cost. We have Sarkin Ball, the Liege, Xenagos, Dragon Broodmother, and Dragon Lord of Tarka. So Tarka is going to deal 5 damage to target creature or player when it ETBs. It comes on an 8/8 flying trample body. The Liege, bumps it up, +1/+1/+1/+1. We've been over that card a bunch. Then you have some utility stuff over here with the Sarkon. Xenagos is just a straight bala in this deck. It's indestructible, and then you get +X/+X on target creatures, like at the beginning of combat. And then I'll say this: these 5 cards cost $33. You want to save $33? Play these 5 cards. These are all Bloodthirst cards that I didn't include in the original deck list because they're just a little underwhelming, but they're still effective. One of them has Menace, one of them has Iron Walk, one of them has Trample. The other one's just it's a 3/3 for 4, but hey, it's a 5/5 for 4 if you get the Bloodthirst trigger. And then the other one's just a 6/6 Trample. Boom, Bloodthirst. Save yourself $33 by playing these 5 instead of the other 5. Is the deck going to be as effective? No, but you have $33, so why not? Here we have this deck at MTG Goldfish, 870684. This is the $66 version of Borborygmos. Oh, did you want to go ahead and save $33? Here we have 870699 for this deck tech. That just includes the 5 cards that I mentioned with Bloodthirst over the 5 utility cards that were in the original deck, and you can see the price difference here. I personally think that this deck's pretty boss, but the thing is that it has absolutely no card draw. You can ramp out pretty hard pretty early. You can play some politics. You can put down some chump blockers. Just be like, oh, I'm just hanging out over here, doing my thing, blah, blah, blah. And then you get Blood Rush on target attacking creatures, so it doesn't have to be your creatures. Like, one opponent's going after another opponent, they just want to chump, they just want to dance around or whatever. You can just be like, oh, boom, boom, here's 9 extra points of damage to your face. And then, of course, with Borborygmos or whatever, it has trample, so sometimes if people can't deal with it because it has trample, they'll just take the damage or whatever, and then you could just boost it up out of nowhere and get that commander damage win. Hey, I'm Joshua Jones with Fun and Affordable Magic the Gathering. I hope you enjoyed this Gruul Clans Guild Restricted Commander deck. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week because we're going to be closing it out with Celestia. Thanks for watching.